Oh, why is there no sound? Oh, hello, guys. Hello, everybody. Well, welcome to this sort of somewhat unplanned hangout today. We haven't really got anything planned for this. Normally, I'd be doing my Asterix stream with Hissy right about now. Unfortunately, Hissy isn't feeling too good today, and so we just decided to postpone that for till next week, when we should be bringing you Asterix and the Soothsayer, which I'm looking forward to, because that's quite a good book, especially for us in the sort of community who love debunking woo, and that it kind of deals a bit with that. So there's a teaser. So I've got a couple of friends who've joined. Jen from Jen's Little Corner, and Hop's watching here. I believe hopefully Ring should be joining us in a minute as well. Ilya's in the chat. Ilya, I did send you a link if you're up to join in.
And Ring has a link as well.
So hopefully Ring will be here shortly. So who's in the chat? Hi, Mark. Santi's here as well. So how is everybody today?
Good.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Well, I'm good because it's nearly the end of the day, and once we've done this stream and then done Ring stream, I can go to bed and go to sleep.
Oh yeah, is it Ray Bradbury he's doing today?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the plan. I think Ring's Chrome is taking a bit of time here, so he'll join when he can, I'm sure. So
fair enough.
And we have Hops also. He's got his Danger Noodle here with him as well today.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, what is his?
Decent sized noodle he is.
Yeah, it's a ball python.
Okay.
You could say it's a pretty basic pet snake, because it's very popular, absolutely stunningly beautiful, if I may say so. A very docile species, so you will only rarely get bitten. I think Navadia said it quite aptly when she said that if you have a snake, you'll get bitten. But I've only gotten bitten 3 or 4 times, I think. So and I've had it for 3 years now, 4 years now.
I think
so that's not bad.
I like snakes, but I think 3 or 4 getting bitten 3 or 4 times is 3 or 4 times too much for me personally. But so generally dogs are the thing I have to worry about. So you know. So what's everybody drinking today, or are we drinking?
What? No, I don't have a glass.
I have
alcohol, but no glass.
I have some cider here today, so
I took out a Thai cargo, an imperial stout. An imperial stout from a French brewery called La Débauche, and I mean, we are all supporters of the debauchery gospel, aren't we? So
yeah,
La Débauche would be an apt name for us. This is a special. It's a pretty spiced up imperial stout. I mean, the Germans would not touch this with a claw. I mean, it's filled with all sorts of things which don't necessarily go in beer, and as we know, the Germans aren't happy about that. The French, however, they'll put in turmeric, lemongrass, green chili, galanga, coconut, and lime. So maybe you can figure out why it's called Thai cargo. It's pretty much the ingredients
the
that
lime in the coconut.
That sounds yeah. And
That
actually,
sounds over the top.
actually, how is how? If we as you brought it up, how is the high priest of the debauchery gospel, King Fat, doing right at the moment?
As far as he's doing well. It is. Oh, knocked over my microphone. Well, he's doing fine as far as I know. I saw him a couple of weeks ago when I was shortly in Copenhagen. Yeah, well, for him it's business as usual, I'd say. He's working in a bookstore, and I mean he loves his job, and it's going well as far as I know.
Cool. Since Mark's there saying I wouldn't like Australia. Got lots of things that want to bite you and sting you. It's see, I'm not so much worried about that. I've what Jen and everyone else tells me it's drop bears that you've got to watch out for.
Yeah, drop bear. Those drop bears are deadly.
Yeah,
I mean, you've seen the
bears.
footage.
yeah. I did see that one actually where they pranked that Scottish journalist. That
Was
woman.
brilliant. That was
funny,
amazing.
Yeah. About the drop bear. It's like a special. I can't remember what they said. It was like a especially vicious subspecies of koala or something.
Koala, yeah.
And
She was panicking.
she was absolutely terrified.
It was cruel but funny.
Yeah. And they eventually told us, no, it's just regular koala. So,
Right. I just had to look up drop bear. Now I get it.
yeah.
Right.
Kind of
Actually, I actually heard that some animals in Australia are so poisonous it's even dangerous to look at pictures of them. But I don't really know if I believe it. But I'm still a bit worried whenever I see pictures of Australian fauna, because you never know if that's true. I mean, it's Australia after all, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can pick on Aussie all you like.
Yeah.
We know what our country's like. We've got lots of deadly animals. We've got lots of desert and not much fucking else. Primary resources. We've got a fair few of them. And some decent beaches, but they're full of sharks. So
yeah, so right. You can't even go for a swim if you go inland for a swim, you've got to worry about crocodiles. So
yeah, you should go.
And blue ring octopuses, you just tread on one and you're dead. So
yeah,
you really should come to my town. I can show you a picture of the local beach if you like. Let me just see. How do I? I'm going to mess this up completely for sure. Let me just see. Just a second. This one, yeah.
Cone snails.
Okay, right. Let's have a little.
Is that some sort of drug there? Ring?
Oh, that's quite nice.
That's pretty.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That you're local?
Yeah, well, it's about 20 kilometers away, and this is the North Sea, and allegedly this is one of the best. Well, it is one of the best places to do surfing in the world. Maybe not exactly board surfing, but windsurfing. That should be one of the very best places in the world. It's been rated, as far as I understand, for surfing in general. So there are different ways you can do surfing, of course, but allegedly it's supposed to be the third best place in the world to do surfing. There are a lot of kite surfers, a lot of wind surfers, and there are also some SUP surfers, if you know about that. That's a rather large board on which you stand while you paddle. That's a big thing around here.
All right, yeah.
SUP, SUP surfing.
Okay.
I hadn't heard about it. I knew it was a thing, but I did not know that it was called that before I went here. Before I started working at a local private school where one of the subjects is surfing. They actually do surfing and learn about the sea as part of school curriculum.
See, where is it? I can't get the picture of it up here actually, but I was going to show. I got some. There's some decent beaches
that beach
around
that I put
yeah.
up is one of the beaches near to where I'm
Okay. Hello.
moving to.
Sorry, I think I've got
That's
Wow.
Santi. I think is here. Hello, Santi.
Hi, Santi. How are you?
Hello, Santi. Can't hear you, mate.
So
You're muted.
That beach is within about 4 kilometers of where I'm moving to.
Wow.
Wow.
Santi, unmute yourself, mate.
That's Middleton Beach. It's nice. You can. There are a bit further around. The waves do come in. You can surf there, but they're not big waves. It's not a big surfing beach. It's more a swimmer's beach, but there are waves there. But yeah, it's quite nice. You get stormy sometimes, and you can actually get the waves coming up to where the trees are.
Wow.
So yeah. Here we go.
Anyways, so it's right. That's the one I've.
All right, I have found.
Hey.
Yay!
Okay.
It's Spider Santi. Spider Santi.
It's it's a fairly nice beach near to. It's about 20 miles from where I am. It's called Studland. It's just really nice.
Okay.
Cool.
Part of it's very nice because it's like National Trust bit, but you go further along, and there's part of it that's like a nudist beach, which is not somewhere I'd like to go because. But hey, it's just people. People are into that. What the hell, A little further along from there, you've got like these rocks and stuff.
Oh, limestone. Oh, so are there limestone? Oh god, I can't even say it. Limestone cliffs around there as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially around especially around Dorset, the county of Dorset. There's a whole thing that is called the Jurassic Coast down there.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's actually not the most aptly named coast, I'd say. Shouldn't it be the Cretaceous coast, or is that just too difficult to say?
Yeah, probably.
A question.
Wouldn't even be pre-Cretaceous, wouldn't it? The laying down of the lime deposits would be even earlier than that, wouldn't it?
No, as far as I know, it was during the Cretaceous, where you have the shallow oceans with lots of small shellfish and snails, all that dying all the time.
Where's Brainbug when we need him?
Yeah.
We actually have. Denmark actually has its fair share of these cliffs as well. If I can just.
There was a lot of shallow seas around various parts of Europe.
Yeah.
So
let me just see. There, this one. Oh, this is.
Whereas we have a lot less limestone in Australia.
Oh.
Let me just get this one up.
Hi, Lone Wanderer.
Yeah, Ring should be joining us. I will send you the link, Lone Wanderer, as well, because you got me. Give me a DM. So,
hey, do any of you know why it's called limestone? Like, you all know a lot more than me in it.
I actually have no idea.
Well, I know how it's made. Does that count?
Well, no, I want to know why it's called that. Like, I mean, like, it's somebody looked at it and it was like, it looks like lime. This is limestone, or this is like actual like.
Well, yeah. Well, I wouldn't have said it looks like lime. I mean, lime's greenish, isn't it? It's a greeny yellow.
My guess would be that in some language, lime is the word for calcium.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna Google it.
It's probably a Latin thing.
Can't find like a
decent that's no in Latin it's calcium. I'm quite sure.
We have the Lone Wanderer.
I think maybe because it was a source of quicklime. you know, that
it's
you'd like,
actually Germanic in origin. Oh, there you go.
you know, that's why you what you sprinkle on dead bodies to keep them from smelling. Maybe that's why it's called limestone.
It says
Wow, what
in
the fuck did I come into?
it says in YouTube it says
The Germanic means
no.
chalky and sticky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Germanic, it's actually Old English as far as I can see from the etymology page. I just went into.
It has a Germanic and an Old English origin, so one was imported from the other, but they basically have the same thing where they mean chalky and sticky. And
But they did
so.
actually throw lime on the bodies.
Ah,
well.
yeah,
So if you
to make them
Google,
stop smelling, right?
Yeah.
so if you Google why it's called limestone, Google doesn't know. So it's up to
You have to
interpretation.
look at the etymology of the word. So if you look, Google lime and say etymology of lime, the word lime, it'll give you a history of the word, and it's got a joint Germanic and Old English, but Old English borrows an awful lot from Germanic anyway. So
Old English is kind of
Old English is the Germanic language, so
I was going to say.
it is. Yes, that's why.
If you listen to Old English, it is very Germanic. Well, there is like the odd little twinge of perhaps Gallic in there as well in places, but it is very much a Germanic language. You wouldn't really recognise it as a language today.
Jen's right. It has to do something with lime. Has something to do with calcium. That's why, limes are called lime.
Well, but the calcium, they put the lime and the calcium on the bodies to stop the smell and make it break down further.
Yeah.
When did we bring the bodies? We were talking about stones.
The thing with the
the limestone
was.
limestone are bodies after all, aren't they?
But anyway, like.
Oh, did you
like Hopswatch first time on the stream, and Ring first time. Hey,
and I never met Santi neither. I think so. Hi, Santi.
Nice meeting you, man.
I think this is only the second time that second or third time Santi and I have been on the same stream. We've been on a couple of Daves. Yeah, about third time. Yeah.
But actually, I don't think I've been on a stream with you, Jen.
I'm not sure that we have either. And it's been one of those things I've been meaning to have you on my show.
Well, why don't you? Super sad.
I need to do is actually add you to the group that I've got. And I haven't done it yet because I've been very disorganized.
You treacherous bitch.
Yep, that's exactly what I am. Have you heard the rumors?
You're a quick learner. You're a quick learner about Jen.
I love Jen. Honestly, no. Like if there were like posters, I'd have them. I love her. They'd be all over my room.
You could print them out. Just saying.
What, Santi?
You could print them out.
You too, hon, and I will add you now so I don't forget.
You can Photoshop and print one out. Just make a collage of Jens.
Are all of you subscribed to my channel, Santi? You have to make them all subscribed. But I can't see everybody because people keep it all like secret.
Yes.
Why don't you put a link to it in the chat? You have to be a moderator to do that.
It's an awesome channel. I've been learning a lot. Like she does like the Day of the Word thing, and it's hilarious.
No, put a link in the private chat.
To the wrong group.
Hang on. I'll put it.
I know I've been in one stream with Jeff before outside of Critical Cripple.
Oh no, I didn't. There you go.
We disagree about the gun issue.
We had a bit. We had a bit of a heated discussion on that one, didn't we? Actually, but
it was quite fun. It was. I love it.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah, it was what it was, but
okay, I put it in the private chat.
Cool. I'm off to.
I added you to the group, hon. I'm sorry.
Yay!
okay.
I'm so excited.
Right.
And I just hit hide it. And I know. I want you. I had to. I'm sorry.
This is the. And now we get copyrighted.
And now the video
Copyright.
stream's been taken down and Jeff's lost another stream.
You just got another
By the way,
subscriber.
Yeah, by the way,
another one.
just put it in the chat. By the way, yeah, if we could actually get Lone Wanderer to 50 subscribers whilst we're here, that would
that'd
be
be
very
cool.
good. Because she's
Oh my
now at
freaking god!
45, I think. She's now rings.
Oh, awesome.
Now here's the question: can we get Lone Wanderer to 50 before we get me to 150?
Well, I don't.
Does the
I
Lone Wanderer know about Ray
think-
Bradbury?
Yeah. I think I've just dropped under
You're gonna go.
300 again now. I hate YouTube.
Wait, who did what to whom? Who?
Yeah, what?
Where is it?
Oh, you know what?
It's just the stream ring stream that's on after this is all about Ray Bradbury. Oh God, I can't even say his name. Help me, Ring.
Ray
Just say
Bradbury.
Ray.
Thank you.
Just say Ray.
Just Ray. Ray.
Ray.
And,
You're gonna be
and
talking
who
about
is
Ray
he
Ray.
to me?
He's an author.
It's
Of what?
Science fiction,
Science
mainly.
fiction.
Yeah.
Look, pretty awesome. He
Oh,
mainly
is this
wrote short
is this
stories.
the thing that Ring does?
Yeah.
Yes.
The great thing
Oh.
about Ray Bradbury is he mostly wrote short stories. So if you, I mean, I have to really concentrate to get through a whole novel. So it's really cool that you can get a really cool story, well thought out in just a few pages, and that's what Ray did.
I'm
What
you on
story
Ring stream
we're talking
next?
about?
super scared
Hopscotch?
that I'm super scared that
Was
Hopscotch
that
has Hopscotch has a snake, and I'm scared.
Oh, you shouldn't be. I won't hurt it.
No, you might hurt you, or it might hurt you. Actually, you know what?
No.
You know, no. I need to have words with you, Hopscotch.
Okay.
I thought Tobin was gone.
Oh yeah, right. Well, if you want the story,
Please.
I was dating with this girl for a month or so, and she thought that I was using way too much time dealing with him, and that's why I thought, well, maybe that's true, and I really should spend more time with my girlfriend. And that's when I said, okay, I'll make a clean cut. This is the thing that I'll do away with, so that I'll have more time with her.
Mhm.
And then we broke up. So
Well, yeah, I was about to say
Oh.
was past tense, like, you know what?
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
the stream you said it was like, oh no, I have to spend time with my girl, my partner, my children. I've got a job, a life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I was like, I was kind of super sad because I was like, someone is actually targeting him.
Oh,
But I was
Sammy,
like, but at the
But,
same
I
point in
mean-
time, no. At the same point in time, I was like, no, Hopscotch has his life. That's his agenda. I'm not going to be that person. So I was like, okay, you know. But
I may return to him as it is right now. I will pick him up from time to time, at least when I'm doing my beer reviews and other stuff. But I mean, there's actually a Danish prime minister who was famous for having said something to the effect of, "You have a standpoint until you take a different one." And I might just take a different one of these days and return to him. So not to worry too much.
isn't that
Yeah.
double speak?
I think you. It sounds
No,
to
he
me
didn't. He didn't mean that. It was just. I mean, you can have an opinion, but you can also change that opinion.
Mhm.
Opinions
Oh, I
aren't
know.
necessarily chiseled in stone. So that was actually just very simply his message. And I mean, I kind of agree. You can get smarter, or things can change so that you will actually be doing something you originally said you wouldn't do.
Well,
no. By the way, Sammy, I'm going to correct you. No, I am not even in Hops's league. His hair is way sexier than mine.
Tuck for covering him.
You know, maybe he's born with it, but maybe it's Maybelline.
Oh,
I'll go with
no,
forward
no,
then.
no, Ring! Oh my god. Was it? No, actually, no, I can't. It was the Max Factor guy, not Maybelline.
Isn't that an awesome name? Max Factor.
I'll put my
No,
friend
no, because
back,
when he said
back home
Maybelline,
now,
I
just-
was thinking about the Max Factor rapist,
Oh,
Oh.
but I
Oh.
confused it. No, Maybelline is not, but the heir to the Max Factor fortune was a rapist, and
that's
it-
right.
yeah, and they caught that Dog the Bounty Hunter caught him down in Mexico.
Yes.
Oh
So
my
the
God.
moral of the story is don't use Max Factor.
Oh God, I just killed the stream. I'm sorry. I'll go.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I just it spaced out for a second and then I came back to rapist and I was like, what?
Whoa. Oh dear.
And,
Well, you know we live in a rape culture, don't you, Sandy?
Just as well, I'm,
Oh
maybe
God.
we should,
just as well I'm not monetized, because that would have got me demonetized.
No,
I'm sorry,
why
Let-
are you so
Let's just
terrified?
hope that it
Godless.
doesn't.
No, why are you so terrified of everything godless?
Hmm?
Like you're so freaking terrified of everything.
Me?
That's
Yeah.
because he's had streams cut for no reason.
Yes.
And he's British.
Well, that's his problem, not mine.
Look, if I can do the stream that I did and it's still
No,
up and it had
I'll just say-
9,000 views, then
No,
Oh
I
my
reckon I
God.
could get away with nearly
No,
anything.
now
I'll-
that
I'll
no,
just say,
now
no
we're face to
wonder
face. No, you do. Now we're face to face. Bitch, you could have warned me. I spilt wine everywhere.
Yeah, Mero messaged me after she went and looked at it and she said, "You absolute bitch. There should have been a warning on that tweet."
Yes, no, they should have. No, it's legit. I'm cleaning up wine everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck, Jen? And my husband's like, no, don't look at the screen. Don't look at the screen. He's like, I'm gonna look. What the fuck? I'm like, no, don't. He's like, no, I have to now. I'm like, fine. So I rewound it and played it. And he's like, oh god, no. I'm like, well, bitch, I told you. Moral of the story was wine every fucking where. Sorry.
It's all right. Hey, it's got lots of views. I am assuming a lot of those views are the same people watching the first minute over and over and over again.
Well, you know what? Realistically, I would.
Well, I know that is the case because a few people have told me that.
But you know what, though, love? I watched the whole damn thing.
I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed making the second one too. The weird thing with the second one I did naked. I mean, I know it didn't have the thing at the beginning that was
Titties and
yeah.
beds.
It really was just fluff to try and get views.
But it
and the
worked.
second, it did work. But the second one's got reasonable views too, but nowhere near that. But the second one, YouTube didn't take it down when it was waiting to go live as
Mhm.
the preview thing. They took the thumbnail down though, so I lost my thumbnail, and I'd posted it up the morning before I went down to Albany, on one of the trips for the
Mhm.
shift and that. So I'm down there. And it was one of the few things I didn't take down with me on my thumb drive was the artwork for it. So I had to try and make a new one down there on a borrowed PC to upload a thumbnail because the bastards took the thumbnail down. It's like, what? And the thumbnail was clean. I didn't get it. What the hell?
I know. Oh, look, they're all prudes.
I was like, yeah, no. But I'm gonna do some more of those. I'm gonna come up with
Honestly,
some
though,
better topics.
this is why I'm trying to advocate everyone to go to like BitChute or Live Links because they don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're tasteful with it and you don't show too much, you can get away with an awful lot on
Tasteful?
YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, I've
Yeah, okay. The first minute of that was not particularly tasteful. Although that depends on the person watching it. Some people will think it was
Look,
brilliant.
it would have been fine if you just fucking warned me.
It doesn't even say not safe for work, but it is marked adults only.
But honestly, like I'm sitting there with my freaking pasta and my like wine. I'm like, oh my god, Jen's got something
Shit,
on
she
my-
did that.
I'm sitting there just eating away. I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Hey, people voted for it. I didn't just do it off the bat. I put it up as an option and people voted for it and it was what won, so I did it.
And if they told you to jump off a bridge,
No, I wouldn't do that.
Not even with the bungee.
No. I suffer
I'll
a
do
little
a
bit
bungee.
from my. No, I
I'll do a
couldn't do a
bungee.
bungee. I wouldn't trust that. I've abseiled though. I've
But yeah,
abseiled down
my-
cliff
my
on that.
PTSD is over.
I've zip wired off of Bournemouth Pier, which is a lot of fun. So
Cool.
I would love to bungee jump. I just never had the chance.
I like my retinas
I will love
attached.
the window.
But you have your goggles on.
I think the one thing I did is I actually did, tombstoned off of in this river in Peru when we were doing whitewater rafting there, and there's this little calm, deep bit, and so sort of just as we were about to jump, they did this thing like, who wants to go first? We all do this. There's this tradition that everyone tombstones into the blooming river. So I said, "Sod it, I'll get it first, get it done with." And just as I jump, the guy goes, "Oh, by the way, piranhas." I'm like,
Oh my god!
which there wasn't, but it was like, as I'm going down, I'm like, "Motherfucker!"
The motherfucker! Oh my goodness, you poor thing. But no, I never had the chance to go bungee jumping or anything like that. You know.
I'd probably parachute. That sounds like fun.
Naked.
I believe people do that.
It wouldn't be naked because you'd be wearing the parachute.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
semi-naked. I mean, BDSM,
Semi-naked.
you know.
Fun fact: Teddy Roosevelt's basically the reason piranhas have the reputation they have.
Oh god, it bit a sick.
Was he eaten by
How?
piranhas?
No. So when he did his Amazon expedition, a group of natives wanted to impress him. So they netted off a section of the river and got a bunch of piranhas in there and starved them, and then threw a cow in there. And of course, the starving
What the
piranha.
fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was literally a publicity stunt staged for Roosevelt.
Oh dear
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I had heard that story. I just wasn't sure if it
God.
was true
No,
or
I
not,
hadn't heard
actually,
that
but-
before, but it's awful. Oh my god.
I heard the story about the cow that was eaten
Sorry,
in
oh my
seconds by
gosh.
piranhas, but I didn't know when I heard it, it didn't involve Teddy Roosevelt. But I did have a suspicion that piranhas weren't that dangerous after all.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah,
I feel like they're selectively dangerous.
They're kind
you
of
know?
tiny.
like
Mhm.
selective, you know.
They're tiny,
like,
but
the
there's
time is right.
There's
You
generally a
know.
lot of them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
relatively-
It's like if
they're
a lot of them get isolated in a pool and like there's not enough food, then they're dangerous. But it has to be like very specific conditions.
Yeah, the mood's
Mhm.
right. You know.
But if you're going to talk about a fun American president story, what about Jimmy Carter and the rabbit?
I
haven't heard
haven't
this
heard
one.
that one.
You
If it's a
have
ram-
not
if
heard
it's a
I-
that.
rampant-
I
if it's
am
a
not
rampant
here.
rabbit,
Oh, wow.
What was that, Jeff?
is it a rampant rabbit?
He was out on a lake, paddling and got attacked by a rabbit. Seriously,
what by
he
a
had to bash the
By a
paddle,
rabbit.
rabbit away from the boat with the paddle. There were photos taken of the incident, and they weren't released to the press until
How
after
the
he left
fuck?
office.
How the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
like,
No one thought, oh, it's just a cute little bunny rabbit.
like, how the fuck? Like, I have so many questions. Like, how did this even happen?
Was he
I'll
attacked?
paste-
What was that again? Was he attacked by a
Attacked
rabbit?
He
by
was
a
attacked.
rabbit, darling. A rabbit.
There it is,
Attacked
Jimmy
by-
Carter rabbit incident. It's on Wikipedia.
A rabbit. Was
They-
that the
is there
No,
pictures?
not a
killing
rabbit.
rabbit?
Oh my god, no rabbit rabbit. Jesus Christ. No. No. That's an adult
Tell me
toy.
there's pictures.
No.
Yeah, it got sensationalized in the press
A
after he was
red
out of the presidency
hopscotch.
as attacked by a
Rabbit.
killer rabbit. But yeah,
But not a rampant rabbit. Oh my Jesus fuck.
What about?
It's just gonna
I've
Google
heard
bunny
about-
versus president.
I've heard about Mike Pence and the rabbit.
Oh god.
Oh, Marlon Brando.
Exactly.
Sorry,
Yeah.
every time I say God, it's RGB.
Hey, did you see John? What did you see? What John Oliver did?
Yes. Yes. Exactly. That's how I know.
Yes, yeah. There was just
Okay, what did John
Look
Oliver
at
do?
him
I
on
need
his
to know.
laptop,
well, Mike Pence.
hiding his dick.
Mike Pence has got this pet rabbit called Marlon Bundo, and someone decided they were going to write a children's book about Mike Pence's pet rabbit. But John Oliver decided to get in there first and decided to write. They decided to write a story about Mike Pence's pet rabbit. Only he's in a same-sex relationship.
What, Mike Pence is in a same-sex relationship with the rabbit?
The rabbit.
And the rabbit.
The rabbit is.
And they did it. Apparently, they didn't because they presented this on stream. They did an audio version, and they got Jim Parsons to voice Marlon Bundo.
Oh, brilliant!
Hey Jeff,
I have to find that and listen to it.
Jeff, could you imagine if he had a Welsh rabbit?
Who would you get to voice it though?
No, Welsh rabbit is something Jeff could only understand. Sorry, wrong context.
Yeah, I don't get. I don't know. I don't know why going at the Welsh for.
Well, I heard rabbit and rampant, and then I thought about cheese, and then I thought about a cheese toasty.
Rampant
Sorry.
rabbit.
I just thought it was a thing because Wales are the only country that rival New Zealand in sheep content. That
I
Welsh
don't know what you
rabbit.
think of. I
Don't
have no
worry,
idea.
I'm sure you get it.
No money. No. Well, actually, Jen and I are closer. Which state are you from, Jen?
Sorry?
What state are you from?
Western Australia,
Me,
aren't you, Jen?
Western Australia.
Yeah. Are you moving within Western Australia, or
I am.
like?
I'm moving further south.
Well, I'm from New Zealand originally.
I'm going to be
but,
back in 2 minutes, so.
Okay, but my granddad was born in Melbourne.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's from Chris's neck of the woods.
Yeah.
No, not Chris's neck. Chris is in
No.
Sydney. Who's in Melbourne?
No, Calac.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, I was talking to Chris about that. He said it was round. He used to live there, but no. Then he moved to New Zealand, and that's me.
Cool.
This is a
And then I
truly
moved to the US.
this is a truly international stream right here.
But then I moved to the United States.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Do you wish you hadn't? Because surely your healthcare would have been better in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, Jen, I really did think about it, but it was. No, I get choked up.
Oh,
It was, I had a husband who was really, really depressed and wanted to go home, and I was like, well,
Fair enough.
like, I'll keep enough money so I can go back home if I need to, but now I've not been paying my student loan, I'm not going home. But I don't know, honestly, like, it's not a joke. Like, I had to choose between eating or paying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's like, well, I'm gonna eat. And pay the bill.
As you would
Don't
choose
worry,
to do.
Yeah. But it was just like,
Don't worry, when the government falls apart, there won't be no student loans.
Yay!
When the-
But do you know what really fucks me off though, Jen? Is when I started university, 3/4 of the bastards that were in Parliament had university for free, And they're all like, you should just pay for it. I'm like, well, you didn't. So, but the thing is, I could have got, well, if I got my dad to do it, I could have got citizenship to go to Australia and got it for free, but
Yeah.
another story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. It's yeah. The way things are done in America just blows my mind. The way your healthcare system is in the US, the way education is done over there, just is like everything is user pay, and I'm to an extreme where the haves continue to have and the have-nots suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
There's no social balancing.
I know. Like, I
Involved.
have no qualms about telling you that I have like $2,000 owed to the hospital and I ain't paying it because the insurance paid whatever the hell they paid. I can't pay it.
Mm.
Do what you will. I'm not paying it. I can't. And it's something I want to. Yeah.
But if you were still in New
I'm
Zealand
trying
or
to-
you were in Australia, you wouldn't have to pay it.
Exactly. But, you know.
Neither in Denmark.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
actually,
Or
I
Argentina.
am. Actually, Hopswatch, I am 18% Danish.
18%.
Mm-hmm. So, one of the
Cool.
DNA tests.
Oh, I see. Interesting. I didn't know that
Well-
was a Danish gene. I'd probably come up as a 0% Danish and more like 100% German, as
Well-
both as my parents were German.
Yeah. It's
Slash
so funny,
is.
though.
One is still alive.
Because like I came up like everything in the whole damn fucking world. You know?
Yeah. I think
Well, we're all
that's
big
the
mix,
thing
but
with most
aren't we?
people.
Yeah.
Oh, I want
But
to
I
do
was
one
like,
of
no,
DNA
no,
tests.
I was super happy though because I really when I was younger, like the two places I wanted to run away to was Mongolia or Denmark.
Okay.
Because, you know, I read all Hans Christian Andersen and all of that, and I was like, I want to run away.
Well, those are good stories.
But they're actually really tragic if you read the real ones.
Oh yeah. Well, some of them are. Some of them are okay. I mean, the Ugliest Duckling has a happy end. So there's
Yeah.
that.
But didn't the swan turn into swan and then get eaten?
That I actually don't remember. However, the wee girl with the matches. That one ends very sad.
Yeah.
Well,
Very,
knowing
Depending on how the swan came out, it's a happy story.
yeah, knowing
But you know what? The best one was the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, and
That
that
ends sad
ends
too,
kind of
doesn't
sad
it?
as well.
Oh, she
But
got
I mean,
married.
there's always a bit of a catch or caveat, whatever
Yeah.
you want to
Yeah,
call
but
it.
they're supposed
I mean,
no, not supposed to be happy though. They're supposed to be you know.
Yeah, but still, he
cautionary
can't help himself letting the
No,
wee
he-
girl with the matches ending up in heaven, and I
Yeah, I
find
didn't
that
like that though.
yeah, no, and neither did I. But I mean, that's the guy he was. He was a very Christian man.
But that was the time though, wasn't it? Like he didn't know any
Yeah,
other.
well, yes,
come
and
say,
no.
come
I mean,
sa.
there were actually in Denmark at least there were some very prominent free thinkers at that time. That's the word you would use for an
Wasn't it-
atheist.
Wasn't it in Denmark that they developed the windmills? As in, the wind turbines, electricity.
No, that would have been that was interesting Denmark, not bland Denmark. We
Because
are
I
bland
saw,
Denmark.
no, I saw a
Interesting
review on-
Denmark. That's Holland or the Netherlands.
Oh, is it because
Just
I
as
thought-
flat, but
no,
they have
because-
weed.
Well, no, I saw a film on, was it Netflix or Amazon, and it was in Danish, and they were talking about like wind turbines, and I just never watched it.
Ah, okay. Well, we would not have been the first one to harness wind as a source of energy because, as far as I know, the Dutch did that to drain fields and to drain basically steal more and more land from the oceans. So they would have been the first ones to do it. But we might have been pioneering converting wind energy into electricity.
But I know what you were the first one to do:
Let's hear it.
vaccinations.
What's that again?
Vaccinations,
Oh,
inoculations, whatever you want to call it.
were we the first ones to do that?
Yeah,
I
you
was
really
not
were.
aware. I thought that the smallpox vaccine.
No,
was the
you
first one.
were.
Okay.
No, you
What
were.
did we vaccinate against?
Oh Jesus, McFuck! Let me look it up. I believe.
That's a good combination of words right there.
I'm sorry, it's just my go-to because trying. But I think it.
No,
runs
Edward Jenner. an English doctor was the first one with using cowpox to inoculate against smallpox.
But what was the
I
Danish one?
thought so as well.
What was the Danish one? Because I know it was huge.
Then you move on to French chemist Louis Pasteur.
I was actually going to say, I was listening in. I think about the wind turbines. I know there's a prominent manufacturer ccalled Vestas because they've got a.
They're Danish.
Yeah, they've got or I think they still got it. They've still got a place just across the water from where I live, in a place called the Isle of Wight, where they actually manufacture wind turbines. But it's a Danish-owned firm. I know it was a bit weird because it was really weird what happened there because they got a lot of money from the British government to set up this place on the Isle of Wight.
I got it. Diphtheria.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I hope you haven't got diphtheria. It's not pleasant.
I'm glad I don't, because it's HubSpot's people's.
Oh, diphtheria. Were we the first to develop a vaccine against this diphtheria?
Apparently so.
Okay, I did not know that. I did not know that.
I was going to say, because I was always taught at school Edward Jenner vaccines, but
It was. Using cowpox as a vaccination against smallpox.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yeah,
And
that's
so,
listed as the
they
first
use
one.
a lot of the vaccinations. They develop them in eggs.
And
That's why.
it's interesting as well when you look at Jenner's time as well. There were already anti-vaxxers even then. And it's, you should see one or two of the cartoons that were drawn.
I don't understand it. I know.
Well, I mean, anti-vaxxers in Jenner's day makes more sense because it's the new scary thing.
Yeah.
But Ring, it's always been like when I was maybe, maybe 14. There was a little girl who had like most of her limbs amputated because she got meningitis because she had a vaccine.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, "Oh gosh, oh my god," I'm like, "We don't do that." I'm like, "Well, no, I'm good. Give it to me."
Cool.
Roll the dice.
Yeah. Well, no, what I mean
Roll
is,
D20.
the science of vaccination was very much in its infancy. It's not like nowadays when we've had like so many hundreds of years.
How old do you think I am?
No, I'm talking about the science of vaccination.
Thank you, Mark.
Like, we've been vaccinating against various diseases for a couple hundred years at this point, and there are still anti-vaxxers.
I know, like I'm not anti-vax, but I get worried. Like I'm not anti, but I get worried because seeing that poor child lose like 4 limbs, I'm like, but then I was like, well, are they telling me the whole story? Like I wasn't there. Like, did I see who get the vaccination? But it's like you roll the dice. You roll the dice in life all the time. Roll D20.
There's a very small percentage of the population who have allergic reactions to vaccines. It's very, very tiny.
Generally, if you're getting vaccine, the odds are very much in your favour.
Yay for the
because I'm on like immunosuppressant medication.
For what?
Crohn's disease.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. There's certain.
But not in a religious way.
Like active vaccines, I've been told I can't have. Like, say, for example, when like a couple of years ago when I went to Peru, because one of the ones that they sort of said it wasn't like a necessity, but they did recommend yellow fever, and it was like, no, I couldn't have that.
You mean dengue fever? Yellow.
Yeah. Now I couldn't have that one because it's an active vaccine. So.
Okay, so you'd probably get yellow fever by getting the vaccine. Is that?
That's the risk. That's the risk.
But But Hopswatch, that's the whole idea of vaccines.
Yes, I am aware.
No, like he'd get a full blown case rather than.
Yeah.
Fine.
Well,
Yes, exactly.
There's what's called like live vaccines and dead vaccines. Like most flu vaccines are. It's like they inject you with that, but it's like a dead virus that does something to stimulate your immune
But
system.
I don't bother with. I tried the flu vaccine twice. I don't bother with it anymore because last season I got bronchitis so bad that I was out of work for like 6 weeks. I'm not doing it.
But there are actually some side effects to vaccines which are pretty common, such as graying hair, loose skin, wrinkles.
I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there.
But that's already me.
Yeah, I'll just say, generally, I'd say, Mark, that with most vaccines are going to be a couple of years before they get out on the market anyway. So,
my husband and I were talking about this.
Hello, Linda's in the chat.
Oh. Hey,
Linda. Hey, Linda.
Hello.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Actually, quite interesting. I think we said the way Ring said, yeah, we really do have quite an international flavour here. We've got 6 people and 6 different nationalities represented here.
Yeah.
Which is, got up here. I think this is the first to my channel.
But
So,
three of us are representing the states.
Yeah.
Well, I don't represent the States. I just live here.
Right.
What was the hell it is?
Brilliant.
Well, you can
Sandy.
fuck the hell off.
With
Go,
people.
fuck the hell off,
no, guys, Argentina.
Oh,
Don't
I
cry,
tell
Bruno.
you, I cannot tell
Cry,
you
Bruno.
the experience I've had with Argentinians, but not Santi, but others.
For me, when it comes to vaccines, the problem with vaccines is that they've been working so well for so long that people have forgotten about the scary diseases. Like I was around.
Hi, Hissy. Hope you.
Oh,
hi,
Hissy.
Hissy.
I grew up in
Hi,
South
Hissy.
America.
Hope you're feeling a little better, Hissy, but
Hi, Hissy.
I grew up in South America where the scary diseases were a reality, and like we were like waiting for the vaccines while people were like dying of like Varicella and shit like that. Like vaccines are real. Like you may get like sick, you may get like a headache. Like they have side effects, but most medicines do, and vaccines are needed for us to keep going.
Yeah.
Like it's,
Tomato watermelon.
Heck,
Tomato watermelon.
Heck, I got vaccinated for smallpox.
like look,
and that vaccination is a bitch.
Okay. You know what's funny though?
Like I don't know what that one is for, but it's carries you for life. I have this South America.
Probably the smallpox.
You can't see me putting my hand up because I'm got the damn camera. Jen, did you get the smallpox vaccination?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I don't need it. Because being in New Zealand, my mom is like 1/13 part Maori or something, so I don't need it. Apparently, I'm immune.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I have. Most likely I have, but I can't remember. Yeah.
Do you remember polio though? The polio was awful.
Oh, early polio vaccinations.
They
yeah,
throw
that
that
bloody
shit down your
painful.
throat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it made your body just like I was shuddering in fear because I was freaking out. Like they threw a drink. Like what they did is they took the MMR vaccination, they shoved it in your damn arm, which I still have the freaking scar from. And then when you were screaming and crying, they threw the freaking drink down your throat, and I was just like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, no, it wasn't pleasant.
It really wasn't.
See, I never because I don't
you
think I had.
survived.
That's interesting.
Well,
I actually got the MMR vaccine
that
when I was
makes me
12.
seen. I think I'm a necromancer, but okay.
I don't remember anything about drinking it. I got the MMR vaccine as well when I was 12.
But didn't you get the polio though? Hopswatch?
No, I didn't. I don't think we've been vaccinated against that for a long time because it
wasn't a requirement in Australia.
Awful. They threw it down your damn throat when you was crying, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like choking and crying and screaming, and then my whole body went from like.
And you feel like crap for a good couple of days afterwards.
Yeah,
absolute crap.
And do you know what though? No. It's not a couple of days. I still have pain from this motherfucking scar.
Really?
Okay.
Well, I
I
don't.
do.
But you didn't die of polio.
Wow.
Do what?
Yeah, but you're not dying of polio.
Oh, but I don't have polio. Okay. No, seriously, like where they put the where they jabbed me with the MMR, like
Yeah.
I still have the scar. It hurts.
Hmm.
In winter
Polio
time.
is an awful disease. I had a German teacher who had polio.
Did he have a limp?
Oh, he had an absolutely awful limp. I mean,
The poor guy.
one half of his body was practically paralyzed, and he was born right-handed, but he could only write with his left hand. And I mean, it was kind of as if he was bitter about that, and let it out on his students to some extent.
Oh, I'm
But then
sorry.
again,
You complain about your scar.
found out. However, we'll still giving
What,
this.
Santi?
Giving this. What's that
This
again?
guy can move. This guy can move half his body. Is moody 24/7, and you complain about your scar. Could have
Well, I
been worse.
didn't know that before you brought it up, you bitch.
But still, he was the best teacher I've ever had. I will still say that. And
Fucking
he
skag.
was scary and he was brutal, but he knew his stuff. And I mean, he gained our respect eventually.
Yeah.
But
When
Yeah.
we
no,
went
My
I-
mum had
he also
polio as a
he also
kid.
very
So-
morbid and awful kind of humor. That's kind of when he
Santi's
won
a
our
dick.
respect.
Yeah, my mum had polio as a kid.
Shut
so, she didn't
the
end up
corner
paralyzed
now.
from it, but she ended up with as an adult, she's ended up with a lot of the side effects that you get later on in life from it. So she had a
Santi's
fairly
gone.
mild dose of
Yeah,
polio.
what?
Yes, he said there.
My mum had
Oh.
polio as a kid.
Oh wait. Is
Ah.
she saying something? Polio is a bitch.
Ah.
My dad had it as a kid. Nearly killed him. Still had milk teeth because
Has
it started
milk
to grow.
teeth.
Oh, I'm so
Wow.
sorry, Hissy. I'm sorry, babes.
Wow.
So
But
not
no-
everybody who gets polio ends up paralyzed or any of the but there are later issues in life you can get from it.
Okay.
Degeneration of vertebrae is one thing. Later
Wait.
in life,
Ring. Why
Yep.
isn't Hissy on here?
Hissy's
She's not feeling good.
yeah.
Oh,
She
Well,
literally
I
just
would
woke
say-
up.
Did
I
Did
would
she-
say-
did she sort
Um,
out the stuff with the playing council coming and mowing when they shouldn't? Because I know that was hurting her.
Mhm.
Well, that was more. She she'd wish they'd let her know so she could close her windows and not get inundated with pollen
Oh,
and grass.
face.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, look, I'll just say, reason I'm having this hangout today is normally about this time I do this when I do my thing with Hissy where we go through the Asterix books. That she messaged me this morning, just saying she was really wasn't feeling good. So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll just have an open hangout
Oh.
again. We'll postpone it to next week, where hopefully she's feeling a bit better. And
Oh, Hissy Pit, if you can hear me, I love you. I'm sorry that you're not feeling well. I love you.
And yeah, Hissy says they press her buzzer to warn her now.
What's that? Love?
Yeah, Hissy answered you in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I love you,
Yeah.
darling. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. And
we all
Ben,
love Hissy.
we love you,
Yes.
darling.
Of course, I love her. I mean, I married her.
No, I said
You
we.
better
not
love her,
you.
Ring.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know. I was making a
collectively.
joke.
So, Hissy was telling me that maybe you were going to move over to UK.
Yeah, once we can get the paperwork in order.
Well, what's happening with it?
Basically, it's an issue of saving up the money and getting our debt, looking better.
How much is it to go over there?
Like, But Visa and everything, I think it's about $3,000.
Shit, it was cheaper
Yeah.
to come to the US.
Yeah.
Like for the US for me though, no, I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry.
No,
But-
I'm throwing in plane ticket, renewing the passport,
Mhm.
like all expenses.
Yeah.
It's about $3,000 ish.
Yeah,
Mm.
it probably with everything cost me about, I want to say 2,100.
Okay, actually, it's
no.
probably more than 3,000 because Hissy says it's about
You said about-
4,000 UK,
Yeah.
and
It's
the
about
Yeah.
pound is
4,000
way
pounds, yeah.
stronger than the dollar.
Yeah, but see, the
Yeah.
thing was at the time, my husband and I were already married. We married in New Zealand, and then he moved back, and then I followed him about maybe 2 months later. But what a lot of people don't know is that I kind of got here faster than I should have because the embassy fucked up. To cut a long story
Handy.
short, they sent someone else's paperwork to me.
Oh.
Oh.
And then it was
wonderful.
like,
Bonus?
they were like, "Oh my gosh!"
Oh,
so,
Interesting.
do you want to come next week? I'm like, "Sweet, okay."
No.
Book in my
Wow.
ticket. Like I'm gonna ride that gravy train. I'm like, okay.
Why
We
not?
call it riding the
Bonus?
gravy train.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. But look, I did like I'm not even gonna like call them out on bullshit. I'm like, okay, I'm coming. I'm good.
Yeah, you
So
push the button.
I had to go to the other island, the North Island, Jen knows this, of
Yeah.
New Zealand. I had to go to Auckland.
Yeah, let's go
And-
to Auckland.
Yeah,
Yep.
I had to go there to the I was in Wellington. I had to go to Auckland to the embassy, and it was
The
so
North Island, the other island. Yeah. Sorry.
it was
I
so
New
was a
Zealand
resident-
has two,
I was a
two
resident-
islands, the North Island and the South Island.
It has 4 babes.
Yeah, I know.
Or,
Just,
yeah,
but
there's
it
the
sounded-
two,
it sounded-
the two main ones.
Two main ones.
yeah, well, it sounded
So,
like
in your
Ireland.
In your
I
road.
am.
No one
I
cares
have
about
a-
the other two.
It
Come
was
on.
hilarious. No, it was hilarious though because the guy was like, you know, you're going to a Republican state." I'm like, "Yeah," and I open my coat and I'm wearing a red dress. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to a Republican state." But that wasn't what I planned to. But my husband, his parents had moved to Florida for
Ah.
work and stuff. And you know what? I was happy with it because we got to go to Universal Studios and got to go to Disneyland. I'm cool. I'm just like, yeah, I'm wearing red. Like, shaking my titties.
I went to Florida when I was a kid. So it's about. I think, but I'm not sure it's somewhere I really want to go now. So
Well, if you go to the theme park, you know.
Well, I'd love to see the Everglades. I mean, if I was going
Yeah.
to the States,
What, for the
I
weed?
would go there to for the scenery, definitely. And I'd love to go to the Everglades, and I want to see the Grand Canyon.
Wait.
Uh,
Everglades
it's a
equals
lot-
weed.
What's that again?
Everglades equals weed.
What's not to like? As I did say
the problem
before.
is all the,
yeah, I was just say
all
what's
the
this
things
is
that you want to
downside
see
here?
in the US are spread out over the entire bloody
Yeah.
place.
See, I was
Actually, no, it's really not that
I
far
was
between.
looking at a Grand Canyon trip. Actually, I ended up booking to go somewhere else earlier this year, but then obviously the pandemic happened, so I didn't go. And I knew like when this thing started, it was like I wasn't going to be going because you know where I booked to go, China.
Where?
Oh,
Actually, no, Granny
Yeah.
did too. You got this Granny?
Mm.
She was going to try and do, and
Oh,
Ring,
yeah, she did, didn't she?
yeah, she was. Ring, I'm not going to ask you exactly where, but are you north or south of the Mason-Dixon?
oh, way north.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm a couple hours south of Canada.
Mm.
Oh, so you're in.
So
Canada.
he can always
Yeah.
he can always hightail it across the border if he has to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, yeah, I'm in Montana.
just run.
Oh,
for it,
okay.
man.
Actually, I
Um,
really want to go to Montana.
Yeah.
I would love to. I have a
So
friend who worked
we're starting to get the smoke from the West
Oh,
Coast being
I've
on
seen-
fire.
in- you know what though? I don't mind saying I'm in Louisiana and we've had the smoke.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it's gone that far.
Wow.
Wow.
That's far.
I know. And
Wow.
I walked outside and I'm like, is it the apocalypse?
No.
Yeah,
You're in,
you're
New
just
Orleans?
trying to prove that we in Australia don't know how to do fires right. That's all it is. You just
You know,
show us the
but
fuck up.
We have the biggest
No,
fires, the
Jen.
best fires.
No.
They're huge.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good.
He's like-
we have the greatest fireworks. They're
And
great.
you just
Yeah,
have to, just have to
that's the
clean
worst
up,
part
you
is
just
I
have to
can-
clean up the first floor like they do in Finland.
So
That's
has
the
anyone
problem.
been
I can
watching
just
my
imagine-
words?
I can just imagine Trump bragging about this. We're
I
better
thought-
than the rest of the world. We had the biggest fires. It's just-
Well, I like that
The
one.
greatest
You wanna
fires.
hear the
The
best
best
thing?
fires even though.
Oh, I was
No,
gonna
The
no.
say-
best
Yeah,
thing
the
I
best-
saw,
The best thing I saw on
Hold on.
Twitter today. The best thing I saw on Twitter today was someone called the empathetic Golgi apparatus, who wrote this brilliant little bit. Okay, listen closely. Trump is laying on his dead bed. Trump is laying on his deathbed. What are his last words? And I mean, the
I mean,
answers to that
nothing.
is just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just throw the.
I'm
link
having the
I-
best
into
death.
into the private chat, and if Jeff, if you want to, you can copy it and. put
Oh,
it
I
into
shared.
the
I
actual
actually
chat.
shared. So I think I shared this earlier because I my prediction was that he was going to blame Obama.
Yeah,
Well,
we
I
would, wouldn't he?
Like I don't know if you guys saw my thing in the chat before, but I was doing the whole like atheist versus Christian thing, and it
Yeah.
was, let me find it. It says an atheist to a Christian regarding prayer. Christian, may I pray for you? Atheist, I could hardly stop you. Christian, but you're supposed to say yes or no. Atheist, I'd leave it up to you. Christian, but it explodes.
Well, usually
Right.
when Christians are saying they want to pray for me, I go, no, I'll be turned to stone.
Oh, I honestly,
So- so
they're just gonna say
so-
to them, honestly though, Hopswatch, I'm like, I could hardly stop you. I mean, you know, like
Right.
I don't give a shit.
I love this one.
But
Okay, I love this.
Usually when I write that, I get someone else to write shortly after. You are aware that Hopswatch just turned to stone, right? That's your fault.
Did you look at the pillar of salt? Like, what's his face when they were leaving Sodom and Gomorrah?
Lot's wife.
Yeah, that's it.
I love this. I should give you a Nobel Peace Prize for dying the way
Oh.
nobles.
Rosebud.
So many good ones. They are the response is absolutely
Oh,
fantastic.
I
I was
died
actually
better than
thinking-
anyone. Doctors say surprised to by how much I know. They told me I probably should have died a long time ago. So I'm so good at it.
Mm.
I am doing going for you. You killed my
I was
father.
actually
Funny
thinking
something
of making a
reminds me of-
video, of making a peer review while I read some of these. So can I just try to do my Donald Trump impression while I'm doing mine?
Yes,
which is
yes,
three-
please. I want to
which
hear it.
is,
I want to
which
hear it.
is 3 tweets long. I might
Please.
actually 4.
I'm shutting up.
So, okay, good one. Okay, so here goes.
I'm the greatest at dying. So many have died before me, but my death will be the greatest, most tremendous death of them all. Look at the death of Julius Caesar, Napoleon, and that little German.
Why do you want home?
He had a mustache, great mustache, but not as great as my hair. You know, I have the best hair, but his death was great. I always admired him, really. That's how you get things done, you know. And he died, but he didn't die half as great a death as I will. It'll be great. It'll be tremendous, tremendous death. And when I have died, I'll become the first president to rule for a 3rd term. I know Kim Jong-un's grandfather is still president. Well, he's doing his first term, so that's not as great as me.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh,
Do you know
That's
who
fantastic.
Donald Trump
my
reminds me of? Jeff Jedward.
oh my
Oh
thumb.
God. Oh.
I was
That's-
biting the fucking thumb the whole
I
fucking time.
love this response about his last words. He says, "Hard to tell the pillow that Meliana's holding over his face makes him difficult to understand."
Oh my gosh. Ow, my thumb. Pops, watch.
No.
The problem I have with what you did, Mark, and making her head explode is then you then had to clean your car.
Yeah.
You have to put
Yeah.
that comment up, God.
Which one's this?
I'm not cleaning that shit up.
What's this one?
Yeah.
I've
This
been a
is one-
maid. I'm
Yeah.
not doing it.
That was brilliant.
I was
Okay,
a
so-
maid for 1 month. It ain't happening again. Well,
So
I
do
mean,
you
I fucking clean this house, but you know.
If I can just ask this, do you think my Trump impression works?
Oh my god, it was pristine.
That was
It
awesome.
was. Like,
Okay,
it was
please
good.
do it again.
No,
I
don't.
did an
I'll-
impression
I
of,
won't be
I-
able to breathe.
I don't know
Uh,
who's better, Hops's Trump impression or Rings Kent Hovind?
Oh,
No,
Oh,
Hop.
Rings Ken
Oh,
Hovind is awesome.
Let's hear Rings Ken
Oh.
Hovind.
Rings Hovind is awesome.
Rin,
Uh,
do King Hovind. Rin, do it. Do it,
Uh,
King Hovind.
now you gotta listen. See, doing Kent Hovind impressions is stupid. And if you make me do my Kent Hovind impression, then your entire state will be covered in water.
You see, I wanted to go to bed and have sex, but now it's gone.
Have you got a water bed?
Well, like I would, but not now.
So basically, you're saying that you're feeling like Ben Shapiro's wife right now.
Yeah, yeah. Like my vagina is like reversed, shriveled up. It is gone, and he's not having it. Fuck him. Actually, no. I saw Ben Shapiro's sister on someone's stream the
Oh.
other night.
She unfortunately looks like her brother.
Oh god,
she
it was
does very well.
awful. Like it was terrible. And then the shit she was saying, I was just like,
Oh, she's. Oh.
for every feminist in the world, I want to punch you in the motherfucking face. Like, I'll do it.
Oh.
I will do it for the community.
For humanity, frankly.
Yeah.
in
twist
all
up
in
my
all
shit.
honesty, hun, there's an awful lot of people who need a good punch in the face for the crap they say against feminism.
Just oh god.
See,
Ugh.
I was
Did you-
as you're on as well, because I was to say, Jen, I saw something trending on Twitter today, and I thought you were going to bring this up. Yeah, I started reading some of the tweets, and most of them were actually using this hashtag. We're against this person.
Yeah,
But it was
that was
the-
that LGBTQ. Oh
No,
no, that was the one about
no,
the
the hashtag I stand with JK.
Oh
yeah. No, they're
No,
against.
no,
Yeah,
no.
that was to do with the sign coming down.
Yeah.
Okay, hold
Yeah,
that
somebody-
thought. I need to get a refill.
That was trending on Twitter. But then most of the ones I saw that was saying hashtag I stand with JK were actually having a go at her for being a transphobic piece of shit.
Oh yeah, well she's published another book in her series where she's actually taking pot shots at trans people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very much a case that even the media is now like yeah. Yeah, she's shot herself in the foot so much over all this. So I'm sorry, you can't. She can't expect to maintain the audience she has when she does this kind of shit, especially when she's pulling herself off as a children's author. She needs to stay out of that.
I'm gonna retweet this one, Jen. Okay, you'll like this. I'm gonna retweet it. Hashtag I stand with
Wait.
JK
No.
Rowling.
No, Jeff.
No, listen, just listen. Says, yeah, I'll gladly stand by her right and help her delete her Twitter account.
Jeff, I thought we had something special. You were supposed to do the JK stuff when I was here. I said I was going to get a refill. Could you please say it again?
With what?
Say it again?
Sorry.
She went to
Start
get a
again.
refill,
With
and she
JK
missed the JK Rowling.
It's
I
Like,
thought we had something special.
in the UK, hashtag I stand with JK is trending on Twitter.
Why?
But
She
it's really
published another one of her
Yeah.
pseudonym books,
But they
which
were
is
last
full of
Christmas.
transphobia.
hold on.
That was
listen,
last Christmas.
listen, but the weird thing is, I've read a lot of these with that hashtag, and most of them I read a lot against her. It's-
Wait, what the fuck?
yeah, it's like it's being done ironically or something, you know.
Honestly,
Yeah, well,
like,
that wouldn't be. I mean, that wouldn't be the first time. New York police tried to get something trending about them, and people started posting all sorts of stuff about how they had done misconduct over the years. So this
But-
might be the
yeah.
same thing.
but you know,
Yeah.
Jeff and I, like, we've had this conversation, and we're of similar minds where we hate the fact that she's a fucking turf, but we can't, separate her work from her turfdom.
You can. You can separate. You can.
Well,
you
I'm
can
having
say,
a hard time, shall I say?
You can claim the books for yourself and take them apart from where the author stood. I mean, there's a lot of books written in history that were written by people who are assholes by today's standards,
Also,
and probably even in
remember-
their own standards. And they're still good books. So you can still go, I like the book for what it is.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the author. The author's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I know, I know.
And you
it's
can
so
do
hard.
that.
But,
But
no,
remember,
it's so, Jen, it's so hard because I love you so
Yeah.
much, and everyone else in the community, but it's just like, she's just a bitch.
Oh no, she is an absolute bitch. I agree. I still
Yeah.
haven't burnt my books though. I didn't grab my
I know.
Harry Potter books that I burnt
But
before I knew
everything
she would
she-
like this and burnt them.
But everything she says against you is hateful and it hurts my heart.
It hurts me too, but it's I don't hold just because she wrote the
Maybe
books
I'm too
doesn't
young.
mean
I don't know.
no. It's
Well,
it's a case of separation. Hissy could probably actually explain it better than I could. To be perfectly honest,
Well, I have the similar thing with this very same issue because, like, one of my favorite sitcoms ever is Father Ted.
Oh, I
Um,
love
yeah,
that.
and
dude.
love it.
Yeah, but Linehan is fucking awful on it. I mean, he's worse.
Well, I
than
mean, he
JK.
also wrote Black Books and
IT Crowd.
IT Crowd, both really, really awesome comedies, and I would still watch them, minus the IT Crowd episode that's absolute crap
It does.
and completely transphobic. But aside from that, no, they're great shows. They're great things. The man himself is a complete and absolute bastard.
But you're not pulled.
He is
you're
worse
not
than
torn.
JK.
Are
Sorry.
you not torn between the two? I mean, I just
No, I've always been of a thing that you should be able to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, if the artist's
at
art
what
is all
price?
just about their
but at
stuff,
what
Let-
cost?
like
Right, I success. I'll put it.
well,
this way.
otherwise I become a luddite and I end
I-
up burning everything that I don't
I'll
agree
put
with.
it- I'll put this
Yeah.
way.
Hey.
I
Okay.
did. I did
I'm sorry.
This,
I'm sorry,
did
Jen.
this. I did this with the band U2. I got.
I'm sorry, Jen. I love you.
I got to separate. I've got to separate Bono, who I think is a piece of shit, from the art, and I can do that. But having listened to the music, I still think it's shit.
I love how Hopscotch
Yeah.
has not said a single fucking thing, or Santee.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like Luddites tearing down. I mean, I would no way advocate burning books, even the really
neither
big
me,
trash
because
ones.
I'm anti, I'm anti-censorship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this sense, if you can get something out of her books, even if it's not what she intended, but because it can give you strength in some other ways, and those books did give a whole generation of young LGBT plus people some strength because they read meaning into it that she did not mean, but they got it out of it, then why take that away from those people? What you have to do is separate that from her. Say, okay,
know.
she wrote some okay books and they have some good meaning behind them, even if they're not the ones that she meant, because people can take what they want out of the things they watch or read or do whatever else with. Once you read it, the narrative of that book that you've come up with that fits what you've read and how you've interpreted it is yours. It doesn't belong to her. She does not denote how you interpret that book, how you feel about that book. All she did was write it. The rest of it's down to you as the reader, and you create the rest of that when you read it. So in that sense, it's separate from her.
Sandy's putting up hand.
Sorry, Sandy.
Santi, go on, 'cause you've been
If I could
trying
say something, for me, you had to be able to separate the creator or the author from the art or whatever they made, right?
You know it's hard.
Because the art stands on its own. Like, tell me who wrote Beowulf, like who wrote Homer, who wrote all these things. Like, do I associate
Homer
that
wrote
with
Homer.
Oh, I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Maybe
Oh, I can. I
it
can
could have
see.
been a bunch of people, just like Shakespeare.
I can
You're
see
not gonna
this.
do
Probably
that.
not.
No. I'm
Say
shutting
something,
my
but I'm
mouth
saying
because we could take
art-
this
Art
far.
can stand on its own. Like, after the author is far gone, and unless it's a strictly propaganda, right?
Yeah.
The message is out there for you to have your own subjective interpretation to your point of view. You can watch freaking Mickey Mouse House with
I know.
Pluto and get something
I know.
nice out of it, knowing that he was an anti-Semitic, Jew-hating guy. You know,
Yeah,
he was also behind blacklisting, but you know.
But nobody thinks, like, nobody walks into Disney saying, "Oh, look, a mouse, and I hate Jews."
If we're going to destroy literature of the past because certain individuals had some really bad ideas of things, Hissy and Scummer wouldn't be able to do their series on Asterix and Obelix.
I know, and
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't want to destroy it. It just hurts my heart.
No, it hurts me too, but I'm of the opinion that I got something else from it when I read it, even
know.
as an adult, and it had nothing to do with her opinion because I didn't know her fucking opinions at the time.
But you know,
And that's what I hold to, not her opinions now. She is separate from her personal opinions about crap, and I will hold her to account for
I
her
would
fucking
say-
personal
I know.
opinions.
To her credit,
okay.
one thing I think she actually successfully is in a big way responsible for is that she actually, to a generation of kids, that a generation below my generation, that she actually made reading cool to a lot of young people again, because it wasn't a cool thing to read books.
I know. But
To her credit, she did get, she I'm not to say single-handedly, but she definitely, those books definitely deserve some credit for that.
yes,
And,
credit is due. You know.
And you think, okay, they get something out of like Harry Potter or something, they might go on to read other stuff, and in that respect, that's a positive impact that work's had, and that should not be overlooked. I can't. I mean, obviously, some of her stances on things. I mean, she has just totally ruined. I mean, this is a woman over the last several years has just ruined her reputation completely.
Oh, and she definitely has. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
there is another
just
side
take
of that.
something
Yep.
lighthearted out of all this? All she gave me was a headache from my eyes to my
Back in
ass
two.
because I had to read the first fucking chapter to my little sister 5 fucking times because she knew she'd only get 1 chapter a fucking night.
Um,
And that's what turned me off the books more.
there has been there's been a good side of her of her bigotry as well. In that a lot of the actors and actresses within the community, within the franchises, within the Harry Potter franchise, within the rest of the community, a lot of the publishers and things like that have stood up and condemned her for what she said, have stood by trans and non-binary people against the tide of her bullshit and of the other gender critical people out there. And that is a good thing because those people were not speaking up before. So we have she has actually lifted voices, positive voices. She hasn't lifted the negative voices because they were already fucking there. So all she's done is drag them around her. And the best part of that is all those negative people. There was a really good comic cartoon I saw about it the other day where that they've got a trans person say, "Oh, you've made things for me," and then they have JK saying something transphobic to the trans person, and then all these gender critical people go, "Yeah, we stand with you." Rah, rah, rah. You realize we're never going to buy your books, though.
I know, right? And actually, Ring, I'd like you to weigh in on this from a perspective from you like Tolkien and everything. What's your opinion?
So on JK, on Harry Potter, everyone pretty much already knows this. I grew up in one of those Christian households.
Where it was burned.
Well, not burned, but where, had nothing to do with it until I was already an adult. So
oh my gosh, do you mind my asking your age? I mean,
I'm 29. I didn't read Harry Potter until I was like 25 or something when I first read Harry Potter.
My goodness, that was your age, though.
Yeah.
I was in the beginning of my 40s or end of my 30s.
So,
I don't even remember.
I was in my 30s when I read Harry Potter.
You were 25.
But yeah, I probably would have liked Harry Potter a lot better if
sorry, Ring.
Go
ahead.
I probably would have liked Harry Potter a lot better if I had read it when I was the target age.
But what was the target age, though? Because I felt like I got something out of it when I reread it at 32. I don't mind saying I'm 35.
But
you're a baby.
But it does kind of remind me of my love-hate relationship with Robert Heinlein.
Oh gosh.
Because he writes some great pulp, but he also puts like a bunch of really messed up stuff in his books.
Okay,
he does.
But can you separate one from the two?
Yeah.
What did he write?
That's the real question.
Well, and I'm gonna say that it's not really it's more of an apples and oranges when I'm talking about Heinlein.
Don't say apples and oranges. That's what the freaking Christians say. Please don't.
Okay, we're comparing. We're kind of comparing bees and ants. We're comparing bees and ants here.
Next to vaginas.
Bees and birds.
They're relatively closely related. You are aware of that, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Which one? His or mine?
Okay.
Sorry.
So it's a similar topic, but it's not really. It's a similar topic, but it's not really quite comparable because the messed up stuff is in the content itself.
Mm-hmm.
But like for instance, and I can't really say that. Yeah, it's not really the same with Lewis either because, C.S. Lewis is basically, Clive Staples, everything is Jesus Lewis.
Yeah, he was
like,
but
honestly,
no, seriously though, do you not see the religious connotations between Harry Potter and C.S. Lewis?
Well,
stories. I mean,
yeah. So, the thing is, everything C.S. Lewis wrote was a Christian allegory.
Well, not everything. After a certain book, I mean, was it 2 books before he found Jesus? Was it 3? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I remember somewhere reading, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, that he had written a couple of the books before he found Jesus.
Well, no, because the second book to be published, if I recall correctly, was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is, one of the most heavily allegorical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's
What was the first one? Because I am blanking.
Well, yeah. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe was either the first or the.
I thought that was the first.
Yeah, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe was the first. Sorry, I got chronological order.
You had me
mixed up with
thinking. I was
publishing.
like, what the fuck?
Right.
So
I
yeah,
never read any of the others. Actually, I didn't even read it. I've only seen it in different renditions
Movies.
on the screen.
Shame on you and
Yeah.
your whole family.
Bring it on, all of it.
Well, what was it? Some guy wanted us to curse him last week. What was it? Oh, I can't remember who it was. Well, I'm on my atheist channel, so I'm like, your curses. But anyway, Ring, please continue. Please, Ring.
yeah. So it's hard coming up with an effective counterexample, because when I try to, the issue is also in the text itself.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, death of the author is a thing. You know that JK is terrible now.
And will die.
So
sooner rather than later.
Say if your kids want to read Harry Potter,
EOD willing.
If kids that you're associated with want to read Harry Potter, then I'd suggest either taking them to the library or picking up used copies.
I know, look, but this is the thing that really upsets me, because I have every Harry Potter book on the shelf.
Yeah.
And I am anti-censorship, like, to a fault. So if my nieces and nephews want to come read it, I'm like, sure, go ahead. But their mother's like, oh no, you can't read that. I'm like, why not? And then we have this staring contest. I'm like, why not?
Well, is it the it's a witchcraft book issue, or is it J.K. Rowling's a turf issue?
Well, no. One of them, it would be a turf issue if she had children.
Yeah.
The other one would be, I don't know, I have to talk to my husband. I'm like, you weak motherfucker. We'll let you kids read it, But that's me, if they come to my house, they can read whatever the hell they like. I'm not telling their mother. I mean, I have, I went on the whole, binge of Harry Potter, getting all the occultist books, all that sort of fancy stuff, And it was so stupid. I made it the restricted section just as a joke. And my eldest niece, she went and grabbed the Dream Diary, and she's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Everything says I'm gonna die. I'm like, no, you're not gonna die. That is just a book. But then it made me think, well, should I keep my books away when they come to my house? But I'm like, fuck it, I'm not gonna put my books away in my fucking house. But it's like that whole tiptoe thing around, the mother, what do I do, But it's come to the point where I'm just like, well, I don't want you to bring the children to the house, not because I don't want to see them. It's because when you're in my house, it's my rules, and you're domineering, and I'm not having it, kind of situation.
Yeah.
And that's my piece.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't think my advice would be very good, seeing as how I gave my sister is very, very fundamentalist. Apple didn't fall far from the tree with her.
Was she a brethren?
I gave my eldest niece a Darwin plushie.
Yes! I fucking love
Oh,
you.
brilliant!
I fucking love
I
you.
bet you weren't
Oh, lovely.
popular.
Yeah, I'm sure you weren't. But
Yeah.
anyway, the rest of the
and-
story.
Yeah, yeah. So no, yeah. That was the story. Like,
But
you know.
but did your sister scorn you?
Um,
Send
I-
you to hell? No.
haven't. Well, we watched it on. We watched the present opening online because I was in the UK at the time.
Okay.
So
But-
Mhm.
Oh goodness, I just wish they
So
could
you're
all
a safe
see it.
distance.
yeah.
By the way, yeah, was it this one, Ring, by any chance?
I possibly we got it from the gift shop in the British Museum of Natural History.
It's a little
Oh,
thing.
brilliant.
Yeah, little
Oh,
thinkers, and this,
oh my
this is a
gosh.
this is a Darwin plushie.
Yeah.
Did you go to the Vagina Museum?
No.
Isn't that in
But,
somewhere else
yeah,
in Europe?
No, it's
Yeah,
it's one in
Hissy-
London. Yeah.
Yeah, Hissy says it in Hissy said it in the chat. The in-laws were not happy.
And
It's hilarious though.
Yeah, they were not happy bunnies.
listen, but Ring, you're not marrying them. You're marrying her.
Yeah, no.
Ring. I
No.
wish I,
Yeah,
I
but
wish-
but the who she calls the in-laws are my actual biological family that I
Ring. I have a
And?
video. I have a video.
You
Future
choose your
video.
family.
I have a future video project for you to bear in mind here that we could think about when you finally do get over to the UK.
Yeah.
You, me, and Hissy need to meet up in London. Go to the Natural History Museum, and we've got to do a video of you in a dinosaur section doing the Kent Hovins.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
now that'd be
We've got to
awesome.
do that would just be a oh, wow.
I would
so-
love it.
you
I
know,
would
well,
make
I
it.
so you're
know,
saying I need to purchase a Hawaiian shirt.
yeah, we get you.
It's
we
not
get you
hard,
decked up in a
darling. There's
Hawaii-
like $3 at Walmart.
We'll get,
Yeah.
we'll get you decked
$1
out
at
of
the
Hawaiian
flea market.
shirt, and you're like, oh, this Stegosaurus clearly lived with man.
Oh, it helps. What? She being quiet.
Just listening.
And
Engage.
I finished my beer. How could I engage? Oh yeah, did you? I did my my Donald Trump impersonation earlier. Did you see my Mark Stephen Lett impersonation?
No.
Does everybody know who Mark Stephen Lett is?
I've heard the name.
Vaguely.
I've heard the name, but you might.
Vaguely.
He's from the governing body of Jehovah's
He approves.
Witnesses,
You
and
need
he has.
somebody.
Oh yeah,
as-
is he the one who says little ones?
Is he the one that says little ones? Yeah, no, I'm
Oh,
not
young
quite sure.
ones.
That
Young ones.
I don't
What's
care.
that
how
again?
much you
Young
do
ones.
it.
the young one. He says
creepy
the
as all
young
hell.
ones, which is
Yeah.
Okay,
which is
but
a
do
rabbit
it.
hole in itself.
Yeah,
But
okay,
yeah,
but
that
do
would
it.
be him. And
Yeah.
and he says
Do
it's kind of like that. I'll just because
Young ones.
I see
I-
the ceiling.
I practiced a routine, and
window.
I did a whole
We can't see
peer
you.
review in his voice.
64.
Oh, cool.
So
There you
I
are.
don't know if you've seen that. And now my
No.
there you go.
Now
I
we see
haven't-
you, for goodness sake.
I have to make the facial impressions while I speak like him.
Plug
And we're
into
going to
12.
have a beer in the spirit of Jehovah.
Who drinks for Jehovah?
I mean, yeah, that's one thing he would also always say in one of his speeches. Of Jehovah.
Oh, boy.
Praise
A
to
little
the
smile
Lord.
like this.
Young ones.
So-
Praise
They-
to the
young-
one who Jehovah,
Oh, you
Jehovah.
have to do this with your eyes while you say it, Jen.
What? Look
My wrist.
cross-eyed?
Young ones.
Yeah, that
I
like
don't
that.
know.
So,
young
so
one.
quick question for everyone.
Hey, Gary, my
Yes,
friend.
dear.
My friend Gary's
Um,
just across the Solents in the chat. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Yeah, if you brewed whiskey or brandy in holy water, would it then be a Holy Spirit?
Oh yes, I would drink it.
I was gonna say
You know,
hops.
no, actually,
will
no,
smell like
no,
crazy.
I wouldn't drink it.
Hops. If you
I wouldn't drink it because it's my pass card.
hops, I'm going to ask you: have you done a beer review in the style of Torben yet, or not?
No, I haven't. I haven't
No,
done that.
stop it. No,
No,
Torben.
no, I haven't.
Torben.
I haven't done a beer review in Torben's style yet. That is going to be
Stop it.
that is
Stop.
going to be done in a
No.
later
No.
in a later video. I think it's going to be very
No.
hard to kind
Okay.
of keep a straight face while you're trying to speak like Torben because he speaks like this, and I really can't.
Wait.
No,
And the religious
You-
people, they are condemning me. They gave me a fine for believing in God.
It could
For
be.
believing in what?
It could be.
In God.
This
No,
could
no,
be
in
the-
God.
This cider.
That's why
is-
it is God.
This cider is the Holy Spirit. I am going to let the Holy Spirit enter me.
And we want to
Answer me.
present Jesus. But, you know, we've been persecuted at present Jesus and where they get
La la
some
la la
fine.
la 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 la
And
la
what?
la. Good
And God.
cider.
And we just wanted to present God. That motherfucker, honestly, if he comes near the Louisiana border, I'll punch him in the fucking face.
It's interesting because a lot of people, I have never heard of anyone else who had so many people independently of each other say that he has a really punchable face.
Oh, he does.
Everyone says
honestly.
that, and they apparently say it
I would.
independently of each other. And
Honestly,
it's true.
don't give a shit. I would do it.
I,
I would do it. I don't work. My husband does. He got two jobs.
When I did that, we did that sit downs on your channel, Hops, going through that movie. I mean, I don't like to mock the guy. I don't like to mock the guy's voice, but he did sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Kindergarten.
No. He sounds
I
like a
was just
whiny ass
I was
bitch.
just expecting him to say, "It's not a tumor."
No, Jeff. He sounds like a whiny ass fucking bitch. That's what he sounds like.
He doesn't sound anything at all like Luke Skywalker.
No, he's a whiny ass bitch
Ow.
who'd never love.
No, he doesn't.
But Hopswat, like,
Yeah.
how long has he been away from Denmark?
How long has it been since what again?
How long has he
Albany.
been away from Denmark?
Yeah, well, 1 and 2/3 of a year. No, 3/3 of a year.
So was he chased out? What's the deal? I mean, what happened?
No, 2/3. No,
Because I
I'm
haven't seen
ranting.
all of your I haven't seen all your films. I know I don't want to trigger you. I know you said you're not going to bring him up, but
No,
I
that's
just need
fine.
a synopsis.
That's fine. That's fine.
Synopsis, please. I love you.
You mean since he left?
Yes, please.
Yeah, well, he left because there was a documentary series on national Danish television about him, and basically what happened was it was a documentary about Danish culture in general.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just one of the issues on the list, so to say. And they revealed his practices of doing faith healing and promising people this and that, and claiming that people were baptized in the Holy Spirit and all this, while he was actually more or less scamming people of their money and their lives, basically. A couple of people were documented to come up to the stage at one of his events, saying they quit their jobs, they sold their homes and basically all their possessions to live with him in his compound in northern Jutland, not far from where I'm living now, actually. And I mean that. From there, it kind of just went downhill for him, because now everyone could see what kind of a fraud he was. And that's when he went off to the United States to, be somewhere where everyone didn't know where he was
Yeah.
and knew of his shenanigans. However, what happened shortly after that was that independently of that, there were a new Danish law came into was being processed in Parliament, a law against mental violence, and he, for some reason, believes that once you have a law against mental violence, he will be targeted. I mean, actually, he thought that he was targeted specifically through this law. Now, there's a lot of evidence that he wasn't at all, because the first processing of this law in Parliament was the day after the first episode of that series of documentaries, which revealed him to be a fraud. But there goes a lot of work, of course, into a law like that before it's processed in Parliament. So that would have been months in the pipeline before that actually happening.
Now,
Okay, so he
But-
left before it was an issue?
Yes, he left before that, and once it became an issue, once this law was being processed seriously, he used that as a stepping stone to actually seek asylum in the United States, because he thought that law was directed and targeted specifically at him. So, and he claimed that if he came back to Denmark, he would be jailed and his children would be taken away from him. However, no charges have been pressed against him, because what he did was not technically
At the time
against the law.
Should be.
now,
Yeah,
now,
some
what
of the
I'm
things-
hearing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ray, go on.
What I'm hearing is the evil evolutionists spread terrible slander and libel and drove a perfectly great and good and perfectly legitimate ministry out of Denmark.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
just- guys, I think I'm gonna have to start bring this wrap this hang up out, because Ring's obviously got his stream that's due to start in like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So everyone who's here, please go over to One Ring's channel in a second. I'll put the link in.
I'll be happy to come over if you want me.
Yeah, well, she's going to be doing his media musings upon, and it's going to be Ray Bradbury this week, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
Possibly it
was it?
it might be. We might change it because Julie really wanted to be on for Ray Bradbury. So if she can't make it, I'll probably change the topic.
Okay.
Yeah. What was the one we had planned after that?
Yeah, because I don't know what it is, but I'd be game.
What was the one for the week
here's the link
after?
to the stream coming up. So,
Well,
we
the
have
week
left
after
over 2
is
minutes,
week after is banned book week, so can't really change that one. And then the week after that was Dr. Faustus, which Hissy really wants to be involved with. So it could, yeah.
Okay, so if I just go quickly around the room, then and get people to plug the stuff. Jen, you got some stuff coming up?
There'll be a few more. That's news to me streams coming up. I'm trying to do 2 a week. I may get a pre-recorded out. I don't know if I will. It's one of those things. I'm so busy with the shift and that I'm just not having time for anything else other than doing streams at the moment. So I've got time in the evenings, but I've not got enough time to go and do recording as well as do the other things. So I might get something done, but it's not a guarantee. So, yep, just keep an eye on my Twitter. Guys, Jen's Little Corner on Twitter. Well, Auntie Jen's Little Corner at the moment on Twitter. It'll probably stay that way too. And I tweet out when I put things up, but it's mostly my new shows. And I got to put one on at a time when you can actually be on again, Jeff.
Yeah, I know. I think
That's hard.
Originally, I was supposed to be a regular on this, and then my work kind of got in the way of that. So anyway, it happens. It happens. Hops, mate, what you got? You got anything coming up on your channel that you want to
Nothing
play?
really. Well, yeah, I've got another beer that I want to make a proper review of. Actually, I had planned that for this one as well, but I thought I might as well do it on one of your streams. But well, I've got a very unstable working situation, and the problem is when there's no WEG, I for some reason can't get the energy together to make a lot. But so nothing specifically planned, but with a little luck, I'll get together and do a few interviews and talks with people in the near future. So
Cool.
look out for that.
Cool.
Santi, you got anything you want to plug, my friend?
Yes. Well, if Julie's still up for it, like if she feels better, I was gonna have her for a little interview at 2 p.m. today, and next Sunday I'm gonna have Jeff Spatcock. I think I can't pronounce the last name. I'm gonna have for the conversion. Yeah, go ahead.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'll come
and
back to it. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And no, that's it. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
Keep
I'll
interrupting,
come
sorry.
back to Ring in a second. But Lone Wanderer, yourself. You know, anything?
Why are
you
you not subscribed to my fucking channel?
Yeah. No, put it in the chat a couple times. Just get the Lone
the Lone
Wanderer.
Wanderers variety channel. Oh, thank you. I've been fighting the Orange Cheeto in the White House, and I have a Word of the Day series. Please, 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 for the love of fuck, watch it.
The Commander in
also-
Orange.
Yes, Cheeto and
Marmalade
Orange.
Mussolini.
But also, I am, other than my Word of the Day series, I don't have a tentative date as yet, but I am going to have a series on the crimes committed by religious. So it's going to be, Sharia law,
Cool.
things like that. I'm hoping to
Nice.
do some filming this week, but it's been difficult because I've been a little bit nervous about it because I don't want to be the next Salman Rushdie. But, I don't think I'm that big of a YouTuber, but, you never know. So please subscribe to my channel. Please, please, please. Love you.
Yep, and she's just 4 away. She's just 4 away from 50 subs at the moment. Ring's put a link in the chat. Please go and give her. If you're not subbed, go and give her a sub, please.
Honestly, I never thought I would get 1 sub, let alone 50.
So, okay. As for myself, quickly, I haven't got anything like. I've got a couple of things in the pipeline later on, but I haven't got dates on them yet. But hopefully, I'll be back next week with my Asterisk streams with Hissy. Hopefully, Hissy's going to be up to it next week and feeling a bit better. So that'll be around about the time we're doing this, to be quite frankly. But I'd say the immediate future right now, I would like to suggest to everybody in the chat to jump over to One Ring's channel for Media Musings. So,
Jeff,
yo,
one thing. Did you know that you're up to 300 subscribers now?
I'm back up to 300 again.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
back up.
You already got
Back
there.
up to 300. I had a celebration stream like 2 weeks ago, and I dropped the load and I'm back up again.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
happens. YouTube is
Mhm.
weird
Yeah,
with its subs counts.
Yeah, I did because I did invite you, but I think you were away, Hops, when I did that. So you think so?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I am going to bring this to a close now.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.
See you all later.
Hi.
Jump over the ring stream. Okay,
Yep.
salute.
Anyone message me, I'll come in.